Hi everybody, welcome to the Manifold channel. Let's take a look at the new north arrow capability in Manifold System Release 9. All this works in the free Manifold viewer as well. And we're looking at Manifold System Release 9 right now, and we have a project open where we've popped open this map which shows a drawing of Italy, the various provinces within Italy, with a Bing satellite background layer. And we'd like to put a north arrow here, and the way to do that is in the Layers pane. There are now what's new is that there are these three new virtual layers: north arrow, scale bar, and grid. And if we want to turn on a north arrow, we just click the button and that turns on the north arrow using whatever is the default style. To adjust that style, we just double click here, and now we can choose whatever north arrow we like. And I like this one here. I don't know why, but that's become kind of my go-to north arrow design. And the stroke shows the thickness of the line, so if we want to change that, we can change it to 5, and you can see that makes it a lot thicker. I'll just leave it to 1. And the text says whether or not we want to put north, south, east, or west. So we can put, for example, north there, and you can see how that appears, and south down here. If you can't remember what that is, it's north, east, south, and west. And let's do without the south. Let's do let's just make it an N for north. And it's aligned to the right top, and I'm going to change the size a little. I like a smaller north arrow than the default, and the bearing is automatic, so if there's a north up display and we're using here a pseudo Mercator projection for the map, that's north up, and click OK, and there, that's north. Alright, I'd like to change it a little. I'd like to make the N a little bit bigger, so let's double click that, and let's make the font size, let's make it 12, and I want to change the font a bit. Let's make it a bold font, and let's make it a Segoy UI. I don't know how that's pronounced. I never actually heard anybody say that, so I think that looks a little bit better. And there, now you can see how there's a north arrow, and that's the end. And if we want to change the position of that, say move it farther away, or move it down here to the left, to the right, we can change that as well. So, for example, instead of align right top, we can change let's change a line right bottom. Let's make that the left bottom. Okay, and the margin, which is the distance that it is from the edge, let's make that 20. And 20 that way and 20 that way, and click OK. And there, we've just put a north arrow. This particular north arrow, for some reason, if you like, you can try it different ways, but I've been experimenting around. And we don't have to put that N in the upper position. We can put the N where the south normally goes, and people still understand that means north. And I think that looks kind of sharp. That looks pretty cool. And if we want a different effect, the halo effect is that white line that's drawn around the outside edge. So if we'd like a different effect, we can change that as well. And the way we do that is by reversing the colors. So now what was a stroke color has become a fill color that's white, and the halo color, which is this black color there, has become black. So you can see if we change the halo color to 4, that makes a halo size to 4, that makes it a lot bigger. I like using a halo of about 1. Click OK, and you can see that gives a nice effect. I like that effect on darker backgrounds. I might choose a different effect if we turned on a busy like street map here, and the north arrow had to be somewhere up here in the upper right. But that's basically it. I mean, it's that simple. And what's kind of cool about all this is that if you like, the north arrow will automatically rotate. So let's say, for example, we have a rotated view where we use the Hatine projection, and like this. And now that's rotated. I want to put a north arrow there. Let's put the north arrow. Let's turn layers on. Let's turn the north arrow on. What I don't like is that you have to respecify the things that you've done here. And I think it would be nice if there was some way to copy or to recycle a style so that the defaults came back the same way as they were before. I've already entered that as a wish list item. And let's see, as I recall, I put an N here. And let's make that font, choose Segoya. And let's choose more to make it a bold font. There, so that looks pretty good. Oh, and we reverse that like this as well. There you go. So I think it's about right. And let's also put the margin further in from the edge. Let's make it 20 points. And notice that the bearing is checked here as auto. That means the north arrow will automatically point to north wherever it happens to be. Now that's something to consider, because there are projections where that are kind of wider projections where the latitude and longitude lines are curved, so that if you put the north arrow, depending on where you put the north arrow, here or there or there or in the middle, the north arrow might look somewhat differently. So for example, you can turn the grid on, and this is not about doing grids, but I'll do the grid anyway, and let's make a halo of 0.1, and let's see, let's use latitude and longitude. So as you can see here, this north arrow is aligned right here, but if you look down here, the latitude and longitude lines down here are slightly different than they are up there. They're pointing a slightly different angle. So if we move the north arrow down here to the left, the north arrow has to rotate slightly. So let's move the position. So let's move it down to the left bottom. And you can see the north arrow will rotate ever so slightly. It's actually rotated slightly clockwise to align with the reticule properly. So it really does point to true north. That's better than simplistic north arrows, which simply take their bearing position from whatever happens to be the center of the display. So there we go. There's our north arrow, and it couldn't be easier. I hope you've enjoyed this quick video. There's lots of things that we could be doing. For example, I'm sure in the future there'll be other options to this dialog. For example, I can see an apply button here, so you can just click apply and see how that automatically changes in the main view instead of having to go back and forth. But like I say, this is early days. This is a first look, and it sure is convenient doing these north arrows. So thanks for watching. If you like what you see, tell your friends, and make sure you click that like button as well, because that's a big deal now on YouTube. So goodbye from Manifold Land. Well, that was fun. If you want to see more, visit us at www.manifold.net. As always, Manifold delivers the world's most advanced, highest quality spatial products for GIS and DBMS at a low price that you can afford. Once again, that's manifold.net. See you soon.